Hi, Thrivers. Today I'm answering a really important question that comes up all the time, especially when you're going through a divorce. What's the difference between a mortgage and title? Can you be on one and not the other? And most importantly, if your name isn't on either, do you still have a right to the house? Let's break this down in plain English. This can be one of the most misunderstood and emotional parts of a divorce. First, if you're here, welcome to Empowered Uncoupling. I'm Tammy. I'm a divorce mortgage specialist, and I help you navigate divorce with clarity, confidence, and compassion. Whether you're wondering if you can keep the house, trying to untangle your financial decisions, or just looking for a fresh start, you're in the right place. And I'm here to guide you through the messy middle so you don't just have to survive your divorce, you can thrive after it. This channel is all about real talk, real support, and real solutions for your next chapter. So let's dive in. The difference between mortgage and title and why it matters so much, especially during divorce. So, step one, let's just talk about what is a mortgage. Let's start really simple. The mortgage is the loan you take out to buy the house. It's the financial agreement between you and the lender. If your name is on the mortgage, you are responsible for making the monthly mortgage payments. That means if your name is not on the mortgage, the lender doesn't have legal right to come after you if the loan isn't paid. But here's the catch. You also might not be able to refinance or assume the loan terms if your name is not on it. So, in other words, the mortgage equals financial responsibility. What is title? The title is the legal document that shows who owns the home. If your name is on the title, you legally have rights to the property. You can sell it, you can transfer it, you can rent it, or negotiate what happens to you in a divorce. So, title equals ownership rights. But here's where it gets confusing for a lot of people. You can be on the mortgage and not be on the title. That means you're responsible for paying for a home you don't legally own. This is not very common. You can also be on title and not on the mortgage. This means you own the home, but you're not financially responsible for the loan. I know, sounds weird, right? It happens all the time, especially in marriages. And the third thing, what if you're not on either? Here's the really big question I get all the time. Tammy, what if I'm not on the mortgage and I'm on the title, but we bought the home during the marriage? The answer is you still may have marital interest in the property. So let me explain. In many states, any property purchased during the marriage is considered marital property, even if it's only in one spouse's name. Why? Because most income earned during the marriage is considered shared, and that shared income helped buy the home. And then the home is partly yours, regardless of who signed for what. Even if you stayed home with the kids, even if you didn't bring in income, even if the loan and title are only in your spouse's name. This is especially true in community property states like California, Texas, and Arizona. And many equitable distribution states also take this into account during divorce negotiations. So let me give you some real life examples. Let's say your spouse bought the home during the marriage. They used earned income during the marriage to use for the down payment and monthly mortgage, but your name isn't on anything. Guess what? You may still have a claim to a portion of the equity because marital funds were used to buy and maintain the home. Now, could your spouse try to argue that it's a separate property? Well, sure, but the burden of proof is on them to show that they used entirely separate funds to purchase and maintain the home. And that's not easy to do unless you had a prenup or a specific agreement in place. So please don't assume that just because your name isn't on anything, you walk away with nothing. You may still be entitled to a share of the equity or reimbursement for the improvements or contributions you made, especially if you can show a financial or non-financial contribution. So step 4, what if you made home improvements? This is another really big one. Let's say the home was in your spouse's name, but you used your savings to remodel the kitchen. You paid for a new roof, or you contributed to utility bills and upkeep. You may not have ownership rights, but you may have what's called a reimbursement claim. That means in the divorce, you could be entitled to get that money back, even if the home technically belongs to your spouse. Again, this really depends on your state and how things are negotiated or ruled in court. But it's absolutely something worth documenting and bringing up during your settlement process. Step 5, what should you do? If you're watching this and realizing you're not sure where you stand, don't panic. Here's what I recommend. Check your paperwork. Are you on the mortgage, the title, or neither? Find out when the home was purchased. Was it during the marriage? That changes everything. Gather financial records. Anything that shows contributions, income, home upgrades, shared bills. This can all be used to show marital interest or reimbursement claims. Or talk to a divorce-savvy mortgage professional. That's where I come in. I can help you understand what's realistic, what's possible, and what's smart based on your specific situation. You don't have to navigate this alone. And let me leave you with some final thoughts. I know this stuff can feel very overwhelming. Divorce is really emotional, and when it comes to the house, it's even more layered. But knowing the difference between title and mortgage and knowing your actual rights can change everything about how you move forward. Here's the truth. Even if you're not on the mortgage or the title, you still may have legal or financial rights. Don't let fear or confusion keep you from asking questions and advocating for yourself. If this video helped you, please hit the like and subscribe button. You don't have to miss any of my new content coming out. In the next video, I'm going to walk through how to negotiate an equity buyout and how to avoid common financial traps when one spouse wants to keep the house. And if you want personal guidance, I offer free clarity calls. Just use the link in the description. I'd love to support you in whatever stage of the process you're in. Remember, you don't have to just survive this. You can thrive on the other side.